We are ready to watch some Star Wars Andor Season 2. Welcome to Mirror Domains! And this is my Andor Season 2 full live watch along for episodes 1, 2, and 3. Back to back. It's all going to be contained within this one video, guys. And if we feel like it, we'll chop it out and put it out separately. But I just feel like we might as well just burn through it all in one big session because that's the way that they put it out. And hey, we're no stranger to this kind of thing because when Stranger Things comes out, we do 2-day marathons of like 8-hour sessions. So that being said, Star Wars is back. Andor Season 2. If you haven't watched one of these from me before, guys, this is how it works. It's meant for you to take your own Disney Plus window, put it up over mine, we'll sync it together, and forever in the annals of history, we will watch Andor Season 2 together, right here on Mirror Domains. All right, that being said, I'm hitting the play button now, and it's just the Lucasfilm kind of thing logo. I'm not going to things. I hear great things. And that this is like the final season. I thought they were supposed to be like 5 seasons and then it was going to get shrunk down to 3 seasons, but now they're saying that this is the final season. But we had lots of fun with Andor Season 1. Not a lot of people watched the watch-along, so maybe because they don't like this full version of my reactions. Because people just haven't figured out that, hey, this is much better than the stuff that you pay for on people's Patreon. 1 year later. 1 year later, after episode 8, right? No, it was 9, right? BBY4. And we got darkness. There we go, guys. Time code. Sync it up. An interceptor, right? TIE interceptor? Interesting. I'll give you guys time codes, timestamps too. Like when we're 5 minutes in and stuff like that. But we are now fully in. So is this an engineer, mechanic of some kind? A little hesitation in her eyes there. That's so cool. That looks like they actually built that. Sinar Test Facility 73. We'll have to get a pronunciation for that. Some good Star Wars fan out there will inform us. And by the way, if you're annoyed by this flipping back and forth, guys, this is not editing. This is just me doing the live stream. Nia.
It's good. It's prep for a test flight in the morning. The password tonight is Kafreen.
Kafreen. So he's infiltrated this base. We started flirting. Ooh, I like that. Oh. Because you're about to pull down a mission. Oh.
Sounds strange.
No, not at all.
Does she actually have feelings for him?
Now everything changes.
Little wet feet. Well. Hello, pilot.
See you tomorrow.
Welcome aboard.
Glad to be aboard. But what did she whisper? I didn't quite make it out. You could sort of hear it. Ah.
I shouldn't ask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, shouldn't ask.
Asking everything, you can ask what you want.
Hmm. When you're putting your life on the line, you kind of want those assurances, right?
This. Right now. Being with you.
Hmm. Yeah. The Empire cannot win. Okay.
That protect you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I like this because it's slowly reaffirming to us who Andor is, like his character, right? That he's putting it all on the line, his life on the line, and he's doing it for a greater good. That the risk of failure is always just right there, and the cost is death. Just haven't figured out what he's doing at this test facility. Is he just trying to blow it up or steal the plans of this interceptor? Okay, it's not quite the interceptor. It's a different version of it, right? A different model. Oh, well, security should be on us now. How long until security gets there? So this is a prototype, I'm guessing, right? No pilot chair? No seat? No backrest. Okay, so it comes up. He was a little bit panicked there, right? I got this. Hmm. So that's the defenses. I want to hear the sound of the TIE fighter. Oh! He swore. An English swear. All right. He doesn't handle all that well. Were you supposed to blow everything up though? Oh my god. Easy now, guys. Okay, so there's a bit of a steep learning curve on this one. Okay. Yeah, just stand there and get shot. I want to hear the sound design on this. I'm going to try to get the sound design for this. When he punches it here. Oh, is that a snow trooper? Art trooper, right? Is that what it was? Powers down. Doesn't quite work yet. Just shows this big hole. Okay, so they definitely want this because it's new tech, right? Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, but you don't want to use it as a sled. Cassian. So the whole base would be alerted now. They should be jumping up into action. Is that incoming? You still got power somehow. If it's re-registering incoming bogeys or ordnance. You can feel the tension here. Wow. Against skilled pilots. Because those other pilots would have scrambled. They would have been on the ready to be scrambled, right? Wow, guys. Now that's Star Wars, right? Awesome. Awesome. You know, because they're releasing it in 3 sections, why couldn't have they released this in theater? I would have loved to have seen this on the big screen. Like, you know, the way Game of Thrones did a few of their episodes? Just put, because they released all 3, it would have been like an hour and just over 2 hours for all 3 episodes. We could have done that. You got the hang of it yet? You know what's up and down, left, right? You know your pitch now? Whew, quite the learning curve on that one. Okay, so that was 12 minutes and 20 seconds in, guys. 12 minutes, 20 seconds. Quite an opening sequence to bring us back into Andor. Suspenseful music playing. What was that? I thought it would be a droid, but I guess not. Or an Inquisitor, maybe. I don't... No, the Inquisitors wouldn't be around yet. No, because this is leading up to Rogue One, so I think maybe the Grand Inquisitor would still be there. Oh, Bix. This is Bix.
Wake up.
Okay.
Hey, shh.
She's having a nightmare. Adria Arjona? Arjona is how you pronounce it? You don't pronounce the J, right? In her last name? B2. Martha. He stutters. He's my favorite robot. In this series, at least. Chandrila Mothma Estate. So this is Mon Mothma's home. Her estate. It looks like there's a school there or something, because they're all wearing the same kind of outfits. Learning to be politicians, because Padme was trained young to become a politician.
What a glorious time. So good to see you. Looking younger every season.
Costumes immediately jump out at me here, guys. Erskine and his perfectly coiffed hair.
This is about his new ship. He's your friend, darling. You and us can sort it out.
She looks concerned. About what, I wonder? I am flirting with the idea of editing these sections out, like episode 1 and 2 and 3, and chopping it down, cutting out all the parts of me just watching it, and just giving you the quick, maybe 10-minute cut of me putting it up on the channel. But maybe not this channel. I'll put it on the reactions channel. Try to build up a base there. Bride. I thought they already were married.
But I
Now-
never left word. I saw your message. It's just that's a
This guy we saw in season 1, right? Yeah. No?
something to
So he's dancing around something there, right? She realizes that. Ah, Luthen,
Doing here? I'm afraid that's a secret.
still in Skarsgård. Good to see him back. And that vigilant eye of hers. He's watching.
Cassian?
The team at Sylar can
Okay, so that's...
clean.
That's the woman that works in the shop with him, right? Okay. There was a number on the back, 432 on that hill. Mino Ra Outer Rim, and there was a 432 etched in the side of that hill. You didn't quite see it because it's my frame is a little bit cropped. It is a wide angle display. format, if you will.
Let me try the thick one.
You know it's not going to last.
Oh,
Is this moisture evaporator? Guys, if you haven't seen the movie Hitman with Glenn Powell, she's really good in that. She's also in something else recently, too. A smaller role. Forget what it was, though. Okay, see this background, how it's all blurry and stuff? It's because I think they're using this volume, the volume for this. But this is the kind of cinematography that I was talking about in Sinners, where some of the backgrounds were like this. Like, it doesn't look like they're actually standing out in a field, does it? Uh-oh.
What is it?
Cargo ship? James, you haven't made the comparison yet to Rebel Moon. They're talking about the grain. Let's not go there, guys. Hints of Rebel Moon with the big Imperial ship hovering over them, right? Does this thing not have landing gear? It just it just rests on the foils? In the words of Logan, you call that a landing? Wolverine, guys. X-Men 1, 1999? 2000, was it? It does look like they actually built that, so that's cool. Where are we at? Time code. 22 minutes. Just over the 22-minute mark for an episode that's 45 minutes. So we're just about the midway mark here. And the reason why we get 3 episodes in a row, because from last season, it was like there were time jumps every 3 episodes, right? Don't give a... A little humor there. Are we going to recognize these people? No? They're not going to show us? The Malthine Divide? Krennic.
No
Already?
None of you were here.
We get Krennic already? I thought he wouldn't show up until like the last half of the season. But it's cool to see Ben Mendelsohn.
Superiors. If they're not in this room, they're not cleared for...
Okay, so he's putting...
closed circles. Any security violation.
So he's putting together the crew for the construction of the Death Star. But I want acknowledgement of the Geonosians, because they put together the blueprints. We saw that in episode 2, right? And then it was Galen Erso that came in to develop the gun, the weapon for it, right? Is that how it went? Gorman Twill?
Whatever you call them, there's no denying their dedicated work habits.
Silk production? It's very propaganda-ish, like throwback propaganda, right?
You'll often hear, and it will only take you.
Gorman. What? Hey, I thought I fast-forwarded through the commercials. Sorry, guys, there's a commercial break here. But that's okay. 26 minutes in. Because I have the ad version of... I have the ad version of Disney Plus. Okay, so we're back in. 26 minutes and 45 seconds. We're back with Andor back on the planet. They said Gorman is very important to the Empire, but they didn't connect the dots there.
Let's see. We're waiting. Let me know when you're done.
I'm here to meet a friend. Where is he?
Big mistake.
He's lying anyway.
Rika?
Groveling for Senate funding. I met with the Emperor yesterday.
Oh, did you, Krennic?
In Gorman. There's a mineral underground. Doctor?
Okay. So is it an energy crystal? The reactor to the Death Star.
We will have to control Gorman with a hand firm enough to silence any resistance.
I like how he looked over at her, like, just to see her reaction. Because he was mentoring her to be sort of like his replacement, right? And we got all that information without dialogue or anything.
He
Yeah.
can fly it. We need all the room we can get.
Is there anything to eat? So they're in rough shape there. They don't have a lot of food.
Meaning what?
The extent of our withdrawal may render the planet unstable.
So we're going to take all of the ore and the planet would collapse.
They will not go quietly.
Which is exactly why you're here.
Okay. So we're going to have to forcefully move some people. Or this is the Empire. I'm guessing they're just going to wipe them out. Right? So he's having doubts about landing here. It looks like he wanted to land here, though. He was supposed to meet somebody here, right? These people don't look like they're starving, though. Like, they don't look like they're all bent out of shape. Like, they don't look ragged, is what I'm trying to say.
Still have
You were not here 3 days ago when I left.
What's the rub? We can see we're stuck.
I know,
A little bit of bad line delivery there from that guy there.
Argue all you want, but we're all part of the same rebellion.
Your friend.
Hmm. He blew that guy out of the water with his BS. But it got me enthralled there. I was hooked in.
Nisus Osar will be our partners from the Ministry of Enlightenment.
DeChambeau? Bryson DeChambeau? Golfer?
Simply allow the Imperial inspections that most other planets welcome.
So these are the spinners. These are the PR team, right? These two guys?
This galactic opinion.
No, we love the spiders. Oh, it's an image we can build on. Aggressive, unpleasant, keeping to themselves.
They're the spinsters. This is a job I think I would have been good at too. Maybe I need to spin like this for my own channel. Where are we at? 35 minutes in. 35 minutes in, guys. 35 minutes.
You'll hear him tonight.
What kind of beasts? Because is he on the planet with the spiders? No? I don't know. Uh-oh. She's going to charge up the weapons? No one seems to be really in charge here. And you just totally gave up your position if you're hiding from people. Ooh, they've got a spread here at this meeting.
It gets unpredictable very quickly.
So try to incentivize them to get out? I think he's going to suggest that they use brute force, right? He's going to suggest it? I can't remember. Was there? Remember in Mando, Bill Burr's character was talking about an event that where thousands and thousands had died? Could it be leading into that? And what was it? Richard Brake was the commander at the time who led that led to thousands of people dying. So are we going to get a scenario where the Empire will be destroying people to get them out of there, and they will also destroy their own people? It'd be a cool way to tie it back around.
People might not have recovered from an incident like Varric's.
Just use brute force. Maybe she's going to suggest it.
You need a radical insurgency you can count on.
So, spies. Spies in there to stir it up, to cause confusion. Yeah, that's what I call. So we're back with Bix and B2. 38 minutes. Cassian.
He'll be back soon.
Oh, you see Martha? There's Martha on this side. I saw her. Picture of her.
Nothing from Porco.
I've been down there scrubbing frequencies all day.
Sinar. Porco? Porco Rosso? Okay. Didn't expect this type of music in Star Wars. EDM? I'm trying to get a read here on what they're doing again. He was all about business, right? And she's obviously still trying to cloak her dealings with the rebellion. Really? Where's everybody going? He's always wanting the information. Oh yeah, they had a thing, right? I forgot about that. Guys, when I press fast forward through these commercials, you were supposed to go through these commercials. So we're at another commercial break here, and I apologize. It's the last one. I think I fast forwarded through all the commercials of episode 2 and 3, though. But so far, I'm liking it. It's a little slow here in the final part of this episode. It started off so well, but we're laying the groundwork here. I like the stuff with Krennic, obviously. I'm just trying to figure out how this Mothma part figures in, because we've seen Stellan Skarsgård still trying to deal something here, trying to get information from people. Oh, you're living apart. Sorry to hear it. She does look concerned about it, though.
Gossiping biddies of Chandrilla.
Was that a test? See how much she knows? Hmm. Again, we're pushing off our affairs here. We need to have a good conversation about what the heck's going on. So Leah's run off here. Leader's the one getting married? Is that no? Yes? Or I don't know.
What's happened? He's a child.
Someone spying? No, I don't see anybody spying. So no marriage? No wedding?
You saw nothing. You were hiding in the bunker.
That's a lie.
I
Oh, we got some internal strife here. Crab. You know, you guys are bickering here, and we could be giving up our position here. Oh my God. Wow. And so they are really disorganized. A lot of bicker. Wait a minute, is that it? Okay, so that's episode 1. Now, we're gonna stop here at 46 minutes in. We're about 48 minutes into our stream. Just gonna pause here before I go into episode 2 because I just want to quickly analyze if this was just going to be released one episode a week. Would that have been enough to keep you continue watching? It started off so well, and we know Andor is awesome, like the first season, and we know the characters, so we want to see where they go. But if you were just coming into this fresh, was that enough? And I think that's one of the reasons why they left, or they released episodes 1, 2, and 3, like they did last season as well, right? They released a bulk of them because they happen in time period chunks. Now, I am forgetting what mission it was that Richard Brake and Bill Burr's character were talking about. Are they going to be talking about an incident here that'll happen? I don't think so, but it's cool. If it would have been cool if they did. The best part of this episode, apart from the action in the beginning, I think was Krennic. I like the part when Krennic here was calling her out, Deidre, right? I like this part. He's like, no, I know you're talented. I know you're what kind of a person you are, how sharp you are. I want to hear your assessment now, kind of thing. I like that part. That was cool. And the weakest part, I think, has to be the Mothma stuff. As much as I like Mothma, stop that. We're not in the commercial break again. So what? As long as I go over that part, it's in the commercial break? That doesn't make sense. The weakest part, is that Mothma stuff with the daughter. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I can't quite remember that. Obviously, I know that her and Luthen are working together, and they're trying to be, distant from each other so they don't give themselves away. Corroborated evidence 2021 says I gave it 5 minutes and turned it off. Well, the first 5 minutes are action packed. It's classic Star Wars. The first 5 minutes. What did you like? Do you mean as soon as they started talking about Mothma on this planet and stuff? Yeah, I can see that. And then this stuff landing on the planet here, where you realize that he's supposed to be meeting somebody, and then this group of marauders, it looks like, came and took them over. But that's just we'll have to figure out where that goes. But seeing Ben Mendelsohn was back, it was cool. It was amazing to see so much darkness during the TIE Fighter theft, but I pulled the plug as soon as it was Gash. Well, no, that's up to you, right? If you didn't like it, then why are you coming to watch a full watch along about it? That's a bit curious. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Hey, come join us here on the channel by all means. So, that being said, we are going to jump into episode 2 right away. Now, I'm hitting the play button for episode 2 now. And this is just the previously on. So, episode 2 previously on, we're going to skip that. Wow, this is a long previously on. They're not giving me a skip button. Okay. So we're just at the opening credits now for episode 2. Ready? Episode 2. Action-packed, no. Clumsy, yes. Boring, yes. Predictable, yes. Overhyped, yes. Again, if that was your sentiment about it, why are you watching a reaction for it? Isn't there something better to do? Playing some guitar? Listening to some Taylor Swift music? Watching sports highlights from yesterday? It's got to be something. Okay, here we go. Andor, episode 2. Rain pattering. So, we are now fully into episode 2. And this episode is 39 minutes long. Getting some water?
She should be searching the middle. Is that what she's doing?
So last time we saw these people, they were fighting with each other, fighting over who should be in command. Andor was supposed to meet a contact here, but these marauders kind of took over their rendezvous point. Taylor Swift's Wars. So Rika escaped. She's playing possum. Yeah, some people were hit. Ooh, that's kind of gruesome. Huttese. So she speaks Huttese from Jabba the Hutt.
That's all there was.
His foot was still in it. Oh, so this beast is going to come around? See, at least Andor is thinking like a survivalist. These people are not. Cinematography, that looks awesome, guys. So this is on Coruscant, right?
of command.
I'm not sure I know what you mean, sir.
Did Krennic offer you the job?
You know that he did.
So basically, once Krennic says that you're in, you can't get out. Right? Because we know how Krennic works. She's got a lot of hesitation. And I'm guessing it's because she can't callously kill things or do evil deeds, right?
Good news, Dedra.
So think about your career, is what he's saying. Again, he's mentoring her. See, this is the part that's like Game of Thrones. And this is what I like about the quest for power, political power. Is that Luthen?
It's still in one piece.
Good luck getting it out of here.
See, look at the way that Stellan Skarsgård carries himself. See, it's different when he's got that Luthen artifact dealer persona on. Hmm.
I'm sure you've heard what it is by now.
Is it really a sham?
What have you done? Throw him
Your boyfriend.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Yeah. There's something that we're supposed to be cluing into about this fall through of the marriage, right? They seem to be really dwelling on it. Something that I'm maybe not remembering as much. Because they really are dwelling on it. See that? Those visual effects are married in well, because it looks like those silo things look like they're actually really there.
At about 40. We don't know what they have in the air.
What if they come this way?
Look, they need the grain.
It's all about the grain. Again, the Rebel Moon reference. So they're worried that they might get taken over. So there's a threat to their harvest here of it being scooped up. Timestamp. 11 minutes, coming up to the 12-minute mark.
Left?
You voted to eat.
And you should have told us no.
About to do that? That's a good idea.
So they've never eaten this before, this fruit. Yeah, who wants to be the guinea pig? Was it durian that smells gross, right? But tastes good?
You may hear that and wonder how it can be true, but...
So we're back with Cyril now. This is his first appearance?
in 4 sectors.
Yeah. So he's saying that if you do well, keep vigilant, then you will have future. Which is a little bit different from his character in the beginning or in episode or first season, right? Because he was floundering in the first season. He didn't quite know his path. He was struggling to find it, but it looks like now they're trying to confirm to us that this is where he wants to be. Oh, he's going to leave, all right. No, here's a ship. Or troop carriers. Armed carriers. Oh, so they're just passing through. That's not an inspection?
You boys are working fast. Where to next?
So they're going to, they're also probably looking for spies, right? Looking for Bix.
seen the new silos?
I have.
This guy looks vaguely familiar.
Some of these farmers live their whole lives and never go. It's not much of a city, but...
Does he recognize her? Or is he trying to hit on her?
I'm only here for another couple of days.
Okay, so he's making a pass at her.
You'd like to join me?
Well, she is beautiful. Well, shooter's got to shoot. Aye. Listen, if you push too hard on Bix, she's gonna
It's not up to me.
smack you.
We freeze the zone during an audit. Well, nice to meet you.
They really wanted us to feel the tension with that one, but I don't think we did it because we didn't know who that guy was. We just know that he was representing the Empire.
I see.
Mother wouldn't allow it. It'll be different now.
Making a pilgrimage of some kind here. Well, based on last episode, it's not what she wants.
Gaze at the ancestral lands, some children sing.
See, that looks like real location. "20 minutes in, guys. 20 minutes in, so we are halfway through this episode. Yeah, so we'll just over 2 hours today. Okay, we know that they're dealing with leadership problems. We know that they're going to be struggling for food and water. You got to advance the story here now, guys.
We could have more food than we think.
And you can't
trust Plug with food.
He flipped sides for a meal.
What, are they trying to flip it?
Turn it around. The guns at the front.
Yeah, they're not moving that. That's going to be what? Three tons?
They will be close.
So just rush them. Because you know what they're doing, right? Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, when you get intelligence like that, we're at battle, right? Wait, Cyril and Deidre were a thing? I don't think so. Hmm. Guys, I gotta admit a little something here in episode 2. I don't know exactly what's going on. What was that all about? We can't cancel again. There was no groundwork laid down before that to understand what the heck was going on. So now we're back to that conversation that they could have just played out normally and had them all have that conversation instead of having them broken up to have her go off and console her daughter that was drunk, crying. Yes, I think we're all tired of waiting here.
Things pending. It's
Just spit it out already. Okay. Okay.
No idea.
You know, the irony is, it's the rebellion that's hurt me most. Rebel activity. Sour.
Hey, I know everything about soured investments. Lost some money with NVIDIA. Wait. And I don't like that. It's hurt me. The worst thing, I guess, is that you can hold on to it and wait for the markets to go back up, and then you don't want to run into your cash reserves. Luthen knows something's up. He was watching.
Most of the arrests have been people running.
There must be work there.
We can't move all.
So they're not supposed to be living there. And they're going to come back around and realize that they're not supposed to be there, so that you're going to have to move on short notice. Be prepared. Suspenseful music playing. Okay, so this is back at Luthen's shop on Coruscant. She's back. Are there different artifacts there this time? That was Padme's crest. Head crest thing from, was it episode 2? I saw it. So she's back to figuring out where Cassian is.
Just stopped.
No warning.
Well, I suppose I have been avoiding him now. We will find a number.
Okay. Like they are for certain making good use of this set that they built. It is beautiful. The production design here.
Sagrona Tima Salon.
Okay. So, father of the bride speech.
Simply stand still, and the galaxy will deliver a daily basket of fresh anxieties.
She doesn't look amused.
Joy. But joy.
Luthen's questioning something there in his head. I don't know what it is. Is he thinking about just exposing him and saying, okay, out with it already, enough with this beating around the bush?
Sagrona.
I don't know what it means, but here's to you. Come on, guys, you got to advance the story some here. I'm all for a slow burn, but that didn't actually do anything. It didn't add anything to the story. And we can't just continue to sit and watch Bix worry about her position. Something's got to happen. Ugh. Is it far enough? Is it really? 35 minutes in, guys. So about 4 minutes left in this episode. They're calling a truce here. It's going to be a betrayal, I'm guessing. But he doesn't look malnourished. He doesn't look famished.
Total submission. Pick your second.
They're trying to decide who's going to be leader. Or is this a fight for leadership? Looks like Andor's got something going on here. He's going to make a loud bang and have them all shoot each other dead? They're going to decide by their version of rock, paper, scissors. Yeah.
Let your weapon fall.
Hey, James, I'm late to the party stream. If Andor doesn't hit the mark, The Last of Us should. I don't know about The Last of Us. I'll talk about that in the break here, because we're almost on this episode before we get on to episode 3. Well, it looks like Andor's making his move. He's just got to get to the ship. Are there creatures out there? Uh-oh. Okay. It's a big creature. Arm yourselves. He's going to get to the ship. He's going to take off. He's going to leave them there. And all your squabbling cost you your lives. But you know what? There's a big creature there. Use your brains to capture it and harvest its food for food.
He's always getting away!
Yeah, your weapons aren't going to do anything against that armor. Okay. So him going there and finding that his contact was not there, that was the end of it, right? Okay, we're pausing here because we're going to talk here about episode 2, which is not a very good episode. What did we learn in this episode that we didn't know in episode 1? How was it advanced? How was anything in this episode advanced at all? If he just went there and found that his partner was not there, did we really need to have this squabble with these marauders? Who, some of them were not very good actors? Did we need that? Did we really need that? And does anybody still know what the heck's going on with this Mothma thing? Okay, I understand that the one guy, their contact is losing it because he's lost his wife and he doesn't know all of his financial stuff. It's a little drawn out here. And this was maybe the most interesting scene here in episode 2, right? This Imperial guy, it's like poking his nose around with Bix. And there was a little bit of, like the beginning of Inglorious B word there from Tarantino, right? A little bit of that in there. Like the Hans Landa kind of thing. But he wasn't in season 1, but if we had known a little bit more about this guy, we know that this guy's going to come back around to bite them on the butt, right? And as far as Cyril's story, is he really necessary anymore? And did I miss something with Cyril and Deidre? This scene didn't make a whole lot of sense. We could pretend that you're not back. Like, I didn't understand this. it looks like they were going to an event or something. An event that we don't know about. All we know about is her dealing with Krennic. I didn't quite understand this part. Did I miss something or forget something from season 1? You see what I'm talking about here, guys? Where I'm a little bit confused with what they're doing here with this episode. Now, is that going to stop me from watching the series? No, because I still feel like it's going to tie into things, but it's just, this one didn't hit the mark for me. Now, let's address our last Vikings comment here in the about Andor and The Last of Us Season 2. I'm not going to be watching Season 2 of Last of Us while we're paused here, while we're in the intermission. Not until it's all out. And because I am aware of the game, events in the game, and I was hoping that they would change the direction of what happens to Joel, but they didn't. So right now, I don't want to go into having that mindset until I can get the full resolution right like that. I'm not going to torture myself. I know what it's like to lose beloved characters, guys. I've watched The Walking Dead. That whole Negan thing, it just, I've been there. I've done that. I understand that The Last of Us is that version for this generation, right? Okay, you're losing a beloved character, but I need to see resolution to it. I need to know that the resolution is just around the corner. As far as losing beloved characters from games, Final Fantasy VII, right here, guys. Aerith messed me up for a long while. So, a little digression there, but we are going to continue on with Andor Season 2 and go right into Episode 3, which is 50 minutes. Oh, sorry, 40 minutes. Okay. As far as corroborated evidence was saying, about it being a little bit boring, it's kind of hard not to disagree with it. I'm not wowed. Like, the best part is the whole Krennic thing, and I want to see what's going on with the Gorman planet. I don't feel like we don't need to go back to the Cyril story. And I want to see, Deidre dealing with Krennic. All right, that being said, let's continue on. Let's push through. We'll be out of here around 12:40-ish, it looks like. Get some lunch. All right. Now, Episode 3 of Andor, I'm going to hit play now, and it's just going to go through its little previously on part. And I'll do my time code here for the beginning of Episode 3. Here we go. Episode 3 of Andor. This will be cut out and put up on separately, guys. If I do even cut it out, I don't know if I will or not. Episode 3 of Andor. Guys, if this is your first time here, this is how it works. You're meant to take your window of your own from Disney Plus, put it up over mine, and we will sync it together. And forever in the annals of history, we will watch Andor Season 2 together. It's starting right now. This is the opening crawl. And I'll follow along with some timestamps throughout the episode. Here we are at the beginning of Andor Season 2, Episode 3. deep space. The final frontier. Andor floats through space. Now, he doesn't have any food either, so he has got no rations. He's going to send a transmission. You think you would want to land somewhere, though, to get some grub. Although he's in a stolen ship. Okay. P2's playing with the kids. They're having a harvest.
A volunteer?
They're harvesting, but it doesn't seem like any of the fields around them are actually getting used.
I wish I had better news.
They're coming.
The inspection schedule. This is the best I could do.
So, it's a bust. They got to get out. Yeah.
Keep your head down.
That's going to be an awful feeling, though, right? That you're always got to be moving. You never know if you're exactly safe where you're at. Join my circle. This is whimsy, right? This is all whimsy. This is just to show us a Star Wars wedding for some political gain. But it's not really advancing Andor's story, and it's showing weakness in Mon Mothma a little bit, right? Hmm. Okay. So Andor's... He's going to go bail them out. He's going. You can't say that Bix is in peril and he's not going to do anything about it. Oh, was that some kind of a fondue? You guys like fondue? I like dessert fondue. The cooking in the... Actually, cooking in the oil is kind of like... The cheese ones are okay too, I suppose.
Cyril's shared the story with me.
Really? Oh.
Just asking if you wanted some more sauce.
She's definitely a controlling mother.
We had everything we needed.
See, here's the thing when I'm a little bit confused about. The closest I got to fondue would be nachos and cheese sauce from the cinema. No, it seemed like all 3 episodes, or the 3 episode arcs, would come together in some way. And it seems like the Mon Mothma storyline is going to bleed over into the next parts. Because it doesn't seem like, okay, so they had the wedding, and Luthen's upset that she's not really doing that much. What have we learned about Mon Mothma so far? And her story, where it's at? Because once she marries the daughter away, what? All right, Bix and that guy are going to get out of there. The mother knows that Cyril and her are prim and proper. Everything's clean, and Oh, he's from Naboo. Gorman. So we're going back to the Gormans. He was related to the Gormans. Hmm. Hmm. So they're saying that he's drunk again. He's going to be chatting it up. So those are Imperial officers, it looks like there.
Your point. Every time I'm with him, I'm reminded how timid I've become.
Hmm.
And I don't want to keep abusing your good spirits.
So then I guess they're proving that this guy can't be trusted. He's a loose cannon. He's gonna rat them out. Luthen sees that. So that statue is worth more than their house, is what they said earlier on. Again, here we go with the whimsy. But this is about storytelling, I'm just pointing out here, guys, is that these two characters, unless they play a bigger part in the story later on, we don't need to dwell on this part. We already got the message of what these scenes were trying to establish between Mon Mothma and Luthen, and that her contact there that wants to talk on Coruscant. The scene could end there, and we would be fine. So when this stuff is added in, it's added in for whimsy. It's added in there just for ambiance, for world building, because it's not adding that much to the story. And this is what they say in filmmaking and editing. Sometimes you've got to cut out your babies. This is something that maybe inspired this episode, but you got to make cuts.
I'm telling you now, babe. No, now.
Are they early? Yeah, they're coming early.
And they'll be coming back.
Yeah. So 29 minutes, coming up to 2:30 mark. About 18 minutes left in this episode. See. Uh-oh. You've been made. And here's this guy again.
Get inside. I won't tell you again.
Yeah. So. That's a cool shot. It's obviously being pulled on a track, but I like I like how that works. Okay, so Luthen's wanting to talk. Hmm. Is that a Star Destroyer? Yeah, it is. So it definitely looks like he's learned a little bit of the nuance on how to control it.
He's one of the mechs up the road.
Are they going to put this guy down?
You're lucky we were here.
Please don't. Please.
This guy's doing a good job at being a creeper, but I told you, Bix will smack you. Right? I told you. But he's going to make it worse, I think. Always tough to watch. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop hitting. He definitely rung his bell. He's like, what? Oh, he's messed up. He's beyond conky. Don't stop, Bix. Don't advance on your own, man. Wait for backup. Oh, that guy's doing. He did a good job showing like incompetence and floundering. All right, so things are picking up here at the 41-minute mark. 7 minutes to wrap up this episode and this bit of story arc.
Rape me.
He's dead.
So we're drawing fire. Oh! Is Luthen going to attack this guy? Is he going to kill him, you think?
I was afraid I wouldn't.
I think Luthen is going to kill this guy because he's a loose end, right? They're going to do something. Or they paid her to capsize it. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, we saw that in the trailers, right? Get between them. Draw the fire. Yeah. I like how it's like this, the window glass showed the highlight of the target around them. All that grain. Oh no, he got hit. Get your stuff. Get B2. He got hit. Yeah. Reunion. He's not coming. He's not coming. See, now that you feel, right? Because we knew Brasso from season 1. And she's losing it. She's using the dancing to hide her emotions. Yeah. She sabotaged this ship. There's going to be no conversation on Coruscant with them. Interesting music choice, right? Never think you would hear that in Star Wars. This can't be the end of it, though. It feels like we're missing a few more pieces. I guess not. Well, now we know why she was dancing. That's it. Okay, guys. That's Andor, Season 2, Episode 3. What are my overall impressions so far? They're laying the groundwork for a lot of stuff. I want to see Deidre take on this assignment from Krennic, Gorman Planet. I want to see more of that. I like the weakest part. I hate to say it is the Mothma stuff. Rosso dying kind of sucks. I was hoping that he would survive. We didn't even get to see him get hit. It was kind of like the way that Creel died. Queel, right? In Mando. But I thought that we would see that ship would go down at the like how they paid off that pilot. I thought we would see him die here. But we know that he's working and he's going to sell them out, right? And then we're going to have to deal with this guy. That's what the Mon Mothma stuff was setting up. So they don't get exposed. My favorite part of the episode, though, is Deidre laying it down, saying, okay, I see what you're doing here. You don't come into our home and deal and talk to us like this. Give up with the charade. And the mother seemed to take it, though. She seemed to understand, oh, okay. This, I like that the mother was kind of like showing respect a little bit that, okay, no, you're somebody that will give Cyril direction and purpose in life, right? I think that's all that she was probing for, and she gave it to her. But I like it because this is very, very out of character for her, right? This is not what she was. She wants either political ambition or to like her career ambition, right? To climb up the ladder. And she's like one of the more creepy imperial officers that you don't want to mess with. But anyway, overall, guys, as the first 3 episodes went, it was cool to see some of the characters back. It was cool to see Krennic, but I felt like a lot of it felt a little meandering, especially the stuff in episode 2 with the Marauders on the planet. Did we really need to do that? Did we really need to get so invested with Mon Mothma's daughter getting married off? I think a lot of that could have been accomplished in a lot, and maybe just two episodes. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about episode 2 here, or season 2. See what the tomato meter here has up for us. Whoops. 99% by critics, 81% by the audience. So, yeah. While aspects of season 2 seem less necessary than others, when Andor gets to the heart of its anti-authoritarian thesis, the need for rebellion speaking truth to power, the show does not exceed reach does not exceed its grasp. Why Andor remains a cut above the other entries in Star Wars Empire is that it values dialogue and characterization as much as it does suspension special effects. Mandy loves it. Carl, incredible start to Star Wars show so far. So people are liking it. Yeah, it's not echoing a lot of the sentiment that we saw from like corroborated evidence there in the beginning, where people didn't like the slow parts. And I could see totally people that being the slow parts. Is episode 2 something that I would ever go back and say it's must-see television for Andor? No. But I think this kind of a show, and I think you probably could even skip the first 3 episodes. Of hopefully the season 2 will pay off later on. I'd say watch the Krennic stuff. The opening sequence is great with the escape of the TIE fighter. And I like the Bix coming around to saving Bix there, and Brasso had to eat it there. I like that part of the story. But I'm still on board because I know these characters from the first season, and now I want to figure out where they're going to go next. Was B2 on that ship with them at the end? I don't think so. I think B2 stayed on that grain planet. All right. Let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. Was this a smash? Was this a huge success? It's not like I'm not having the same reaction as I did with Reacher, where it's like, oh, I want to watch the next episode right away, kind of thing, right? Where it kept you hooked in. But it's still a lot better than The Acolyte. I don't know if it's as good as season 1 just yet. I don't know that. We'll have to see how it all pans out. All right. Guys, join us next Wednesday for the next batch of Andor episodes, because it's coming out in batches of 3, right? So we'll be done this in 3 weeks. Andor Season 2 Wiki. Let's see the release schedule. Let's go over to the wiki here and confirm. Yeah, so the next batch is 29, then May 6th, and May 13th will be the final. This Ariel Kleinman directed the first 6, Australian director, known for the film Partisan. Yeah. Not wowed, but I want to see more about the Gorman planet. We can get rid of Cyril. We can get rid of... I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, guys, that's it for me. Join us next time. Join us tomorrow for more Survivor. Season 48, we'll be watching that. And if you like this kind of stuff, guys, come join us here on the channel Mirror Domains, because aside from Andor, we've got movie reviews for Sinners, Warfare, The Amateur, Drop, Minecraft, trailer reactions for Fantastic Four and 28 Years Later. And as I said, the aforementioned Survivor, and full movie reactions for Electric State. And then on Fridays, we do some movie news headlines where we talk about everything that dropped during the week. If there's anything relevant, of course. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Next week, more Andor. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if other people are liking this too. We'll have to wait and see.